All right, let me paint you a picture. It's a business case that honestly sounds pretty much impossible when you first hear it. Imagine you're launching a new product and you want explosive growth. But what if you had to do it with basically no marketing budget? Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, the numbers tell a very different story.
First up, the user count. We're not talking a few thousand. We're talking 4 million users. That is a massive number for any company, especially for a startup just trying to get off the ground. Now check out the timeline. This didn't take 10 years. This absolutely insane growth happened in just 15 months. Think about that. From practically zero to millions of people in a little over a year.
And here it is. This is the part that just breaks all the rules. The amount they spent on advertising to get those 4 million users, zero. Zilch. Not one single dollar went to traditional ads.
So this leads us to the big question, doesn't it? How on earth is that even possible? How do you get millions of people flocking to your product without spending a dime to reach them? Well, the answer is actually as elegant as it is powerful.
It really all comes down to this classic, timeless idea. You can throw millions at ads, but at the end of the day, nothing, and I mean nothing, is more powerful than a real recommendation from someone you actually trust. The company that figured this out was Dropbox, and they didn't just sit around and hope for recommendations. They engineered them.
And they did it by basically putting word of mouth on autopilot. They turned their own customers into their most powerful marketing team, building a system that just scaled and scaled. So what exactly was this system?
It's called a referral system. And what's so brilliant about it is just how simple the core idea is. It's a way to turn your happiest customers into your most effective sales force. So instead of paying for ads, you reward your own customers for spreading the word.
Now, a great idea is one thing, but making it happen is everything. A referral engine that actually works doesn't just pop up by accident. It's built on 2 core pillars that have to work together perfectly.
So here's the key. You need a really good reason for people to bother referring their friends, a compelling incentive. And then you need a system to make it effortless and repeatable. If you nail both of those, you've got the foundation for some serious growth.
Let's talk about the incentive first. This has to be something your customer genuinely wants. It could be a discount, could be a free gift, maybe even some cash back. The goal is super simple. Make the reward so good that they'd be crazy not to share it.
And that brings us to the second ingredient, systemization. This is the part that so many companies totally miss. They hope for referrals, but they don't actually build a process for them. The trick is to bake the referral request right into your flow, making it a standard, automated step that every single customer sees.
So, what does this all look like in the real world? Let's go back to Dropbox, because they are just the perfect case study. They absolutely nailed both the incentive and the system. It's truly a masterclass in referral marketing.
The genius of Dropbox's plan was how unbelievably simple it was. It wasn't some complex scheme. It was just one clear, powerful sentence. And this little phrase right here, this was the fuel for their entire growth engine.
And here's why it was so incredibly smart. It was a perfect win-win. The person inviting got a reward, but, and this is so important, the friend they invited also got a reward. This completely removed that awkward feeling of trying to sell something to your friends. It wasn't selling, it was giving them a gift.
So let's break down the magic, right? First, the incentive was tangible. More storage made the product better, simple. Second, it was reciprocal. Both people benefited, so sharing felt generous, not greedy. And finally, it was integrated right into the product experience, which made it ridiculously easy to do.
Okay, so we've looked at the what, the how, and the why of it all. So what's the one huge lesson we can pull from Dropbox's incredible success story?
It really boils down to this golden rule. The best referrals happen when you're not just asking your customer for a favor, you're offering them a genuine two-way benefit. Give them something valuable and give their friends something valuable too. You want to turn your customers into heroes, not salespeople.
And that leaves us with one final and really important question for you to think about. Dropbox figured out that their customers' currency was storage space. So the question for you is this: what is the unique, valuable extra storage that your customers would be genuinely excited to get and to give? Find that, and you've found your engine for growth.